What is going on, everybody? I am back in front of the camera for a bit. I'll be setting it up again for more streaming soon, don't worry. But let's talk about the blast rule in ninth edition Warhammer 40k. So this is the death of units that are slightly bigger than 10 models. I think it's potentially very dangerous for model or 10-man squads, 6 to 10-man squads. But if you're an 11, 12, 15-man squad, you are done in ninth edition. You cannot play a unit at that size with the rules that they've shown. Yeah, you might be able to hide a little better around terrain, but just because ninth edition has come out with some new terrain rules doesn't really mean the game store or house that you play at is going to build all new terrain for it. So keep that in mind. The blast rule is so crazy. Now, I was listening to the Frontline Gaming podcast, and those guys are play testers. And when you watch them, you have to think about what they're saying in regards to they've signed a NDA or whatever, and they're not allowed to disclose private information that they know. They already know all the rules because they play tested it. So when they talk about it, it's almost like just try to listen to what they're trying not to say, and you can kind of get some more clues. And they actually also mention another reason in the future that's going to be released. I don't know if they were supposed to say this, but they do say with the new morale changes, it's going to be another reason why you're not going to want to take a horde army. So let's recap. Models touching tanks are going to get shot by the tanks and destroyed, or vehicles. Blast rule, destroying hordes. And then this new morale system sounds like actually more models are going to run away, which is a good change because right now the morale system basically doesn't exist. So very interesting, but let's just tinfoil hat a little bit about blast. A unit of Eldar Guardians is a 10-man minimum squad. And when you have 10 Guardians, you can take a support platform, which now brings your Guardian squad to 11 models. What a terrible place to be in ninth edition. 11 models is so bad. Assuming we don't, of course, we haven't seen how many points these blast weapon vehicles and equipment cost, but I don't think they're going to be so crazy. You're going to see them. The only way you're not going to see blast weapons is if nobody takes units over 5 man, or maybe over 10, right? If every single unit you see ever on the table is 10 or less, people will just start to not take blast weapons. But that doesn't mean those weapons might still not be pretty good at other things and just happen to have the blast rule. So I would expect them to be around probably most of ninth. And the joy on your face, if you took a iGuard Wyvern with 4d6 shots and somebody had a 15-man or 12-man unit out there and you got to hit it 24 times or make 24 shots against it, you would be so happy. But let's think about this. Okay, you're an orc player. I'm going to take my unit of 30 orc boys, and you just, say you have a Imperial Knight, Chaos Imperial Knight with 2 rapid-fire battle cannons. So my unit of 30 orc boys now gets to be shot by 24 battle cannon shots. So they're dead. They're gone. They're hit, let's say 18 times, and 16 of them are killed. And half of them run away, maybe. I don't know. But here's the other thing that's going to be really bad news for these size units. Let's say you have a 20 or 30-man unit, and after that first blast weapon attacks your unit, you're left with 11 models left in your unit. Or 12, right? 13, 14, 15, whatever. But if you're left at 11, let's say you have 30-man squad of orcs, and somebody kills 19 of them with their first attack, well, guess what the second vehicle or weapon that has blast is going to target? The 11-man unit. So picture your 11-man unit getting hit by another 24 battle cannons or 24 Wyvern mortar shots or whatever else, crazy blast weapons we're going to see. It's going to be pretty insane. I don't think you're going to be encouraged at all to go over even 5. The only people I think who are going to go over the 5-man squad are the ones that have to go to 10, like an Imperial Guard, maybe an Eldar Guardian. But you can't, you simply cannot take an Eldar Guardian support platform. Unless you're going to take the 20-man squad with 2 support platforms, and maybe with the new reserve rules, you can manage to keep them alive or get a little bit done with them before they get destroyed. Or maybe you have a chance to destroy some of their blast weapons before your unit comes on the table. Those are possibilities. But I assume there's other units like that. I think you could, in an orc truck, put 12 models, which I think people would do 11 orcs, like maybe 11 shoota boys and a knob for 12. Something like that, right? Never. You can't do that anymore because 12 orcs is already not the amount that you really need to get stuff done. Like 12 orcs ain't going to kill 5 intercessors most likely in combat. And, oh man, to be slightly over 10 is so bad. But let's picture this. Now we're going to go, obviously 11 plus. It looks awful and it's just going to be removed from the game, which could be a good thing because it might just simply speed up the game, not seeing all those models on the table. Everything might just be, you know, heavy infantry, elite infantry, dreadnought, light vehicles. They've released a lot of light vehicles recently, if you've been paying attention. I have, and those light vehicles aren't getting a lot of play. And if you look at that new Space Marine vehicle, it's a light buggy vehicle. They're really into these like buggy-sized vehicles. They did them for the orcs. They did them for Genestealer Cult. They're doing them now for Space Marines. Eldar have already had quite a few of them. All the elves actually have these light vehicle class. And then even like, Igard have like a War Walker, or like a Scout Walker, whatever, like a Sentinel. So there's some other light vehicles floating around. Even, I believe, Sisters of Battle, the Penitent Engine's kind of a light Dreadnought, I believe. I don't think he's full-on Dreadnought. I think he's kind of a low-wound Dreadnought, but not 100% sure on that one. But let's talk about the 6 to 10 range unit. Like, if you're a Space Marine suppressor or eliminator, actually I don't even know if eliminators can go up to 6-man squad, so let's forget them, but suppressors, aggressors, those type of units for the Primaris, they're 3 to 6 models. Well, you're going to be way, way, way better off at 5. You're not going to want 6 suppressors or 6 aggressors, because once you go to 6, every blast weapon is hitting you a minimum of 3 times, which if they shoot you D6 times, now they shoot you 3 to 6 times. But what I'm really curious about is, are there going to be D3 attack blast weapons? Because a D3 attack blast weapon, which likely will be cheaper than a D6 attack blast weapon or a multiple D6 attack blast weapon, will still max out its benefit once you have 6 models in your unit. So if, let's say, for example, the plasma cannon, which used to have a small blast template, let's say it's a D3 heavy, strength 7, 1 damage or 2 damage, whatever, if you overcharge it. Well, if you had a squad of heavy plasma cannons, or a tank like a Leman Russ with plasma cannon sponsons, well, what a great opportunity to shoot them at a 6-man unit that has 2 wounds each when you're doing 2 damage each and you're getting automatically maxed shots on the D3. Very curious to see how this is going to play out. The units not being able to tie up vehicles makes you probably not... So you have to kill the thing the vehicles are shooting at. This is still kind of in the anti-horde, but this is mostly a blast topic. But we'll just touch on this right here at the end. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We'll be ranting and raving about 40k and doing lots of painting stuff and Warcry videos. I've been playing mostly Warcry. Illegal Warcry here at the apartment. And had some friends come over and we've been playing Warcry like once a week now for a couple weeks. But anyway, hit the like button. The unit that charges the vehicle can still shoot the unit, not with its blast weapons, but with its other weapons. It can declare other targets, and then if it kills, which is really a weird rule, this is weird for GW, if the tank kills everybody in contact, then it can shoot its other weapons at the other targets it declared. But it doesn't really specify if it doesn't kill them in combat. I guess it just doesn't shoot, I assume. I don't think it can then shoot that weapon into combat, assuming it's not blast. We know we can't shoot blast into combat. But all GW shooting is done simultaneously in a unit. So when a tank shoots its heavy bolters, it doesn't shoot one heavy bolter at a time, and then shoot the cannon, and pick and choose targets as it shoots. It picks all its targets and shoots all at once. And it's just weird how it says you can pick the targets that it's tied up with, but if you don't kill them, then you can't shoot the other targets you chose. Or maybe it's imagined or whatever in your mind that it does attempt to shoot at those other targets, but it just misses because the driver's doing this and the turret guy, right? So I don't know. Maybe he does shoot at them, but it's automatically they all miss. So there's still going to be some value in like a 3-man Nurgling unit charging a Leman Russ, because a Leman Russ doesn't want to shoot its battle cannons and Gatling guns and heavy plasma executioners and vanquishers and demolishers at Nurglings. So there's still going to be some value to tying up these tanks, but it's going to be very interesting that there's going to be a lot of like high pressure rolls. Like, okay, I'm going to shoot my 9 heavy bolter shots at this guy standing in front of my tank. Then I'm going to shoot my battle cannon over there. But if I don't kill him, then I don't do, like, and then if you fail to kill that guy, you're going to be so bummed because your battle cannon doesn't get a shoot. Super interesting. They have not, I believe, said that you can just fall back and shoot with tanks, which is interesting. They have said, go ahead and shoot into combat, but not just back your tank up and shoot at like a -1. I don't believe they've said that yet. So interesting things to talk about here. Obviously, it's somewhat exciting. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a completely different game. I do not think you should be buying models right now, unless you're buying a very few, because maybe you like a new release or something and you just want to pick up the kit for your collection. Or let's say if you were going to buy the new AdMech units, maybe buy one airplane, right? You'd probably be able to use one, regardless of if it's that good or not. I think, you'd be able to use one. But I wouldn't be looking at these rules right now like, oh, Blast is going to be the bomb.com, and then go run out and buy 3 Wyverns and 3 Basilisks and 3 Manticores, because we honestly don't know what's more to come. Or I honestly think most people are going to avoid getting blasted. That's going to be the easiest thing to do, right? I can take, if I'm playing Eldar, I could take a 5-man Dire Avenger unit instead of an 11-man Guardian unit, and that protects me quite a bit. Interesting things ahead. The new reveals were fantastic. The models look so cool. I'm not buying it. I don't want any of them. I'm getting rid of all my Space Marines because I just never had that much fun playing them, even though I was doing quite a bit of Primera stuff. But what I'm going to do, which I'll do another video on, and if you're still around, hit the like button. What I'm going to do is I sold all my 40k books, and I'm going to wait. So when 9th edition comes out, I'm going to watch all of you guys and all my friends at the game store, if they're open again. Who knows what's happening in the world. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch everybody else experience the rough, rocky start of 9th edition, because we know it's going to have some bumps once it starts, with weird interactions with these 8th edition Psychic Awakening books and these 8th edition Vigilus books, these 8th edition Codex, all the way until they tell you can't use them anymore, which they will. And I'm going to wait until the AdMech or the Eldar get their 9th edition Codex. So that'll be when I actually get to play 9th edition, but I will be paying attention and be able to talk about it, at least from watching other people play and being a part of the hobby. And that's all I got for you. Let's talk about 40k in the comments below. We're going to be back to painting soon. I am shipping my Kickstarter this month. Just starting it. It's going to take months and months to do. But I'm starting it this month, which is good, getting a little head start on it. So that's why I haven't been doing as much content lately. But yeah, it's been good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've actually had quite a bit of a little boost on some of my last 40k videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.